Today, I'll show you what the planetary system from Kerbal Space Program looks like in the realistic planetarium SpaceEngine. Let's dive into space and take a fresh look at it. There are 7 planets in this system, and you can see what the planetary orbits look like here. Actually, I found this system in the Steam workshop. If you're interested, there's a link in the description below. Here you can see the main star of this system. The star here is called Kerbol. It's a yellow dwarf, just like our own star, the Sun. The diameter is quite large, almost 4 times that of the Sun for a yellow dwarf, but the mass is only 10% greater than that of the Sun. And so, here is its planetary system. As I mentioned, there are 7 planets in orbit here, and there are even 3 objects with life. Let's fly to the first planet. The first planet is a warm, airless terra, meaning an object with no atmosphere. The planet is called Moho. Guys, if I'm mispronouncing the planet names, correct me in the comments, those of you who play Kerbal Space Program. I just don't play it myself, so I might get the names wrong. Its mass is nearly 4 times the Moon's, with a diameter of exactly 5,000 kilometers. The average temperature is minus 163 degrees Celsius. This is its surface environment. Now for the second planet in the system. This is a warm marine terra with life. There is organic multicellular terrestrial life here. The planet is named Eve. The diameter is exactly 14,000 kilometers, making it 9% larger than Earth, with a mass 46% greater. The average temperature is 124 degrees Celsius, with an atmospheric pressure of 5 atmospheres. There is an atmosphere consisting of carbon dioxide and nitrogen. But how can there be life here with these kinds of gas components? There's some liquid on the surface, but unfortunately the planetarium doesn't specify what it's made of. On the surface of this planet we see a desert landscape, and in the sky these beige clouds which are quite dense. I'm back in space now, and I want to hide the atmosphere and clouds to show you the full terrain of this planet. As you can see, there seems to be some liquid. It's right here. I'll head down there now. And so here's the liquid on this planet. I wonder what it's made of, but the planetarium doesn't say. Anyone more familiar with Kerbal Space Program, feel free to let me know in the comments. And by the way, I managed to find life on this planet. This is basically what it looks like. I'll even zoom in. See, it looks like something is growing here. There are some leaves lying around. Well, it looks a bit clunky honestly, but I'm just showing you what's in this mod. And we can see that even through this atmosphere, the main star Kerbol is visible. And it's so cloudy here. Let's imagine that it's raining right here in this spot. How do you like this scene? This planet also has a small moon, 260 kilometers in diameter. It's out there somewhere, but it's very small. So to see it, let's just fly over to it. And so here's this asteroid against the backdrop of its parent planet. And now let's head to the third planet. This is a temperate marine terra with life, with organic multicellular marine and terrestrial life. The planet is called Kerbin. The diameter is 12,000 kilometers. The mass is slightly less than our Earth's. The average temperature is nearly 44 degrees Celsius. Atmospheric pressure is exactly 1 atmosphere. The atmosphere consists of nitrogen, oxygen and argon, and the hydrosphere consists of liquid water and salt. And well, here is such beauty on the surface of this planet. Right away we can see the vegetation. And the atmosphere is very similar to Earth's. I see some mountains nearby here. I've climbed them, but the draw distance here is quite poor. Overall, there is quite a lot of water on the planet. I want to go down by the coast. Here I am, surrounded by such incredible beauty along the scenic shoreline. This planet has 2 moons. One is 4,000 kilometers in diameter. The other is 1,200. The first is named Moon, and it's not visible from this part of the planet. I've moved to the dark side of this planet, and we see a crescent like this from that moon. The second moon is called Minmus, and it shines like a bright star. I'll show you these moons up close, moving toward this smaller one. Oh, by the way, it's so interesting greenish, looks cool, but it seems to have an irregular shape. Average temperature is minus 5 degrees, there's no atmosphere. And here is the larger moon. Basically, I take it this is the equivalent of our moon. It's very similar too. It's minus 14 degrees Celsius here. And there's no atmosphere here either. I'll go down to its surface, by the way. Flew over it a bit. And right here I can see the planet Kerbin. In Kerbal Space Program, it's the main planet, like Earth in our solar system. I'll head back to the planet Kerbin now. I've hidden the atmosphere and clouds, check out the terrain. I'll even speed up time. Look at it from all sides. As we can see, there's a fairly even amount of water and land. And now, watch the sunset on this planet. Wow, that was amazing. Let's fly to the fourth planet in this system. Here we have a temperate desert subterra. The planet is called Duna. How interesting. The diameter is 6,400 kilometers. That's roughly half the size of Earth. The mass is only 13% of Earth's mass. The temperature is 20 degrees Celsius. The atmosphere is nitrogen, carbon dioxide and sulfur dioxide. There is no liquid on the surface. Atmospheric pressure is only 6/100ths of an atmosphere. And we see this Martian surface. Basically, I assume in Kerbal Space Program this planet is something like Mars. mass. We see a similar atmosphere to the one it has. This is how the star shines in the sky here. I'll show it to you in space again, as we see a desert surface like this. Well, closer to the poles, there are even these large icy regions on the northern and southern hemispheres. This planet even has auroras, meaning it has a fairly strong magnetic field. And now, let's check out the sunset on this planet. Well, you know what to say. Such an unusual, strange sunset, as if the atmosphere is thin, but the star dimmed quite a lot at sunset. This planet has one moon. By the way, its name is Ike, and it's not visible from this part of the planet. Now that I've moved, I can see it. It's quite large, with a diameter of 2,600 kilometers. It has no atmosphere, and this is how it looks in full phase from the planet's surface. And it's quite bright. Let's fly right to it. Here it is. It's strange that it's not perfectly spherical. After all, it has a fairly large radius. I'll descend to its surface, and as we can see, this planet will create its own eclipses here. Here is the planet itself in full phase, and this is how it can be observed from the surface of this moon. Let's fly to the fifth planet. Here is a cold, airless mini-Terra. It's not even a planet, but just a dwarf planet named Dres. The average temperature on it is minus 126 degrees Celsius. The diameter is 2,760 kilometers, and its mass is only 46 hundredths of the moon's mass. The dwarf planet has its own rings, and as a matter of fact, there is no atmosphere here. We're flying to the sixth planet of this system, a cold sub-Jupiter. Its name is Jool. It also has a thin ring system. The diameter is 120,000 kilometers. The mass is 34 hundredths of Jupiter's mass. The average temperature is minus 160 degrees Celsius. And it has 5 moons, one of which has life. And this moon with life is already visible in the background. Let's fly to it right away. Actually, it's a temperate marine Terra with life, featuring organic multicellular marine and terrestrial life. How interesting! Even though it's far from the star, the moon is called Laythe. The diameter is 10,000 kilometers, quite large. The mass is 53 hundredths of Earth's mass. The average temperature is 28 degrees Celsius. Excellent. The atmospheric pressure is 6/10 of an atmosphere, and the atmosphere consists of ethane, ethylene, carbon dioxide, nitrogen, and methane. But there's no oxygen and no water vapor here. How can there be multicellular life here at all? Or is it some kind of exotic life? Night has fallen, I've sped up time, and it all looks just great like this. If we turn around this way, we can see the parent gas giant, right there hiding behind the clouds. And here it comes out from behind the clouds. And the gas giant is huge in the sky. Perhaps it's its tidal forces that warm this moon and sustain life here. By the way, what a view at night of the Milky Way galaxy. Yes, guys, we are in the Milky Way galaxy, just so you know. And here we see the shadows of 2 moons passing across the gas giant. Dawn is already breaking here. And you can even see some nebula not far from this system. The star has risen higher, and I found a spot like this. What a beautiful view. And look at these clouds. They look so extraordinarily unique. I haven't seen anything quite like this in SpaceEngine before. It is just absolutely breathtaking. And solar eclipses occur quite regularly on this moon. By the way, one of these events is about to happen. I'll show it to you in great detail. Zooming in, the star hides behind the gas giant. Just like that, total night falls. Just as the eclipse covered the star, we can see the other 2 large moons of this gas giant. This moon here is 6,000 kilometers in diameter, and this one is as much as 12,000 kilometers. In this spot, let's watch the sunset on this moon. Not bad at all. I mentioned there are 2 more large moons here. I'll show them to you individually. Here's the first one. This moon is named Vall. The average temperature is minus 144 degrees Celsius, and it has no atmosphere at all. And here's this much larger moon, 12,000 kilometers in diameter. It also has no atmosphere. The average temperature is minus 134 degrees Celsius, and its mass is almost like one Earth. Wow, look at that. And what a great view there is on this moon. We see the gas giant and that moon with life. If we speed up the flow of time here, we can see the movement of nearby moons and the changing phase of the gas giant, as well as a solar eclipse actually. And at night, everything looks truly magical. And there's one last planet left in this system. Let's fly to it. Here is a cold, airless mini-Terra. This is a dwarf planet named Eeloo. The diameter is 4,200 kilometers. The mass is 1.47 times the mass of the moon. The average temperature is minus 174 degrees Celsius. It has no atmosphere, and we see there are cracks like these on the surface. The surface is basically icy like that. I've landed on the surface, and basically I was right, it's just an icy surface here. So it's such a distant, small, cold world. And this is how the star looks from its surface. The distance to the star is almost 9 astronomical units here. Now I want to go back to the second planet of this system. Here it is actually. And I'll descend to the surface. And guys, I'll give a spoiler, there's a very beautiful sunset here. You're about to see it. Well, I think you'll agree with me that it was an incredible sunset that covers the system and the incredible journey we've had today. If you enjoyed watching the video, a like and a comment would really be the best support. Thank you very much.